Why'd I delete my dating apps? Oh, I don't know, maybe because most guys on the dating apps really want to be the princess in the relationship, so you don't get to be the princess because they want to be the princess. Like, should I open the door for you? Here's my Dior lip gloss. Slay queen. Like, I'm not looking for a princess, I'm looking for a king.
The men that hate women that want money are the same men who can't provide. Yes, a woman wants money because it brings more than material things. It brings security and protection. And if you complain about money, you're either broke or stingy.
What's up with these guys not pursuing women anymore? With the guys wanting to be chased. Like they're the little... You know what I'm trying to say. It's weird. This day and age is weird. Like, I'm a single mom. You really think I'm going to go out of my way to get ready and look cute, have the energy to give you my time, my energy, my brain, my mentality, engagement, and conversation? Why am I going to want to conversate with a man who's not even going to want to pay for me on the first date? That just shows me that throughout the whole relationship, if there was even an opportunity, a chance for you to be with me, that you're not going to want to be the provider throughout the relationship. Right off the bat, no. No, I refuse to go on dates with men who ask me to pay. I think that takes away from women stepping into their femininity. I'm already in my masculinity enough as it is as a single mom, paying all my own bills, the amount of work. I'm an entrepreneur, business owner, singer-songwriter, model, esthetician, and makeup artist. What more can you ask of me? As if I'm not doing enough, you're gonna ask me to pay for my portion on a date that you asked me out to? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all tripping. Y'all really broke? And even if you're not broke, even if it's just like one of those things where the guy is like, oh, just to see if the woman is really about me. You would find out if you allowed the woman to be in her femininity and not feel like a dominant dude. Like, at this point, I feel like I got more muscle and balls than half of you guys out here, bro. For real. Like, it's so annoying. I don't understand. My standards are up to here. Don't try to say, oh, I could tell you have trauma from your past. Just because, yeah, I do have trauma from my past, from dating bums in the past.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Women hate single men who are selective in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
So since men don't approach women, right? I guess I should start trying to go up to men. I live in New York City. Every single guy, head down, headphones on. No one looks approachable. Everyone's on their phone. No one's looking up. No one's looking at each other. No one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street and like tap him on the shoulder and be like, hello, are you single? That makes me go back to the beginning and being like, why am I the one that has to do this in the first place? I make sure that I have a pleasant expression on my face. I don't wear headphones in the street. I don't look at my phone when I'm walking in the street. Never once been approached. And I was talking to a guy that I matched with on Tinder. When I was talking to him on the phone, he ghosted me, by the way, because we literally had like the nicest phone call and he ghosted me. So I don't really know what that's about. It's freaking pussy. I was like, do you go up to girls in the street? He's like, no, hell no. Like, he was like hard no about it. I was like, what the hell? Like, seriously, like, you guys the men have the power, and that's why everyone's single. Women don't have the power. Like, we're seen as like too pushy or too aggressive or not feminine if we go up to guys. It's not fair. It really isn't. It's all of this is because men just refuse to approach.
The men have the power. Exactly. Men have the power to propose to you. Men have the power to ask to be in a relationship with you, right? To give you a relationship. So the men that women want, they don't understand that they have the leverage. The women don't have the leverage, because every story that you hear from these women, it's like, oh, this guy did this guy did that, blah, 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 blah. The guy that they really want. The guy that they really want. Why can't they just be happy with flings, right? Because that's what they tell themselves. They could be out here dating this person, this person, this person, and they're cool with that. Why are they always complaining? Oh, men don't approach anymore. Since men don't approach anymore, blah, 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 blah. It's not that men aren't approaching. Men are selective. That's it. A guy's gonna wait for the right time that he feels like, okay, I can go in for the approach. It is what it is. They always try to flip this like he's insecure, guys this, guys that, blah, 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 blah. And it's not true. It's just that the men that you want are selective and he's not selecting you. But watch how they try to flip it.
I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but there is an epidemic of lonely men in the US, and it's due to their financial situation. In the past few days, I've spoken to multiple men saying they have not been dating for years and they have their eyes on a certain dream woman, but because they can barely take care of themselves, they can't even date and they struggle in this area. And so they live alone, struggling with money, struggling to get by, craving this connection, craving to find a good woman, but because they barely make any money, they feel like less of a man and they don't have the confidence to pursue the woman of their dreams.
Older men don't have dream women. Oh, my dream woman. Are you serious? A grown-ass man who's elevated, been through some shit. We're not talking about a dream woman. This isn't some Disney fairy tale. So what she's talking about here is something just made up. She's literally making up a scenario. Oh, I talked to a couple guys who said, you know, they're lonely and blah, 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 blah.
If he wanted to, he would, and Jesus wanted to, and Jesus did. So whenever I see a man in my comments who's like, why would I yearn for a woman or pursue a woman when, like, it's literally just taking on, like, another financial burden? Like, what am I getting out of this? I'm going to ask you, what did God get out of, you know, sending Jesus down to die on the cross for our sins? What did he get out of that? Like, did he get money? Did he get praise? Not for the most part. What did he get? Nothing. Like, he just loved us and wanted to do that for us. Men don't think that love is enough. And the creator of the universe thinks that love is enough. But these earthly men think that they are like such a prize that they shouldn't have to work for anything, that they shouldn't unconditionally love anyone. And it's like, let's reflect on that. Because when I hear a man say, you know, why would I do that? Why would I pursue a woman? I hear like, you don't want to, so you won't. But Jesus wanted to, Jesus did. He died for your sins. He didn't have to. And he did it, albeit not super happily. You know, but he did it because he loves us, and that was enough. Believe it or not. Take that in. That was enough. Yeah. A woman doesn't have to like cook, clean, do your laundry, provide for you, bear you children for her to be worthy of love. Now, those are additional things that she typically does in a marriage, in a covenant of marriage for you. But she's worthy of love regardless of that. And so love is also providing, taking care of your family, loving your family, providing for your family, just like Jesus did for us. Like, he literally died for our sins. We can do nothing for him. Like, we literally couldn't give him anything. We couldn't give him anything, and he did it anyway. So if he wanted to, he would, and Jesus did.
This is next level hilarious that she has to bring Jesus up in this and all of this stuff, right? And she's saying in there that, you know, when men say that, you know, why would I do that? All she hears is they don't want to. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You're never bringing like a counter offer to the table, right? And saying like, well, he would get all of this if he did this. They never go about it that way. But bringing Jesus in to the scenario, this doesn't even make any sense, bro. This doesn't. This is next level hilarious. They're done out here. They're done out here. All they have to do is cooperate. That's it. They don't want to cooperate and want you to cooperate with them. But you're talking about Jesus, so then you would know that the man is the lead. I'm telling you, when you try to think like a woman, your ears start to ring, your head starts to hurt, start to get a headache because none of it makes sense. But this is funny to me that she's willing to go this far and actually open her mouth like this on camera. It's funny that they're never embarrassed, because they have an army of simps and they have the sisterhood that will stand behind them and egg them on. This is nonsense. Men are being more selective, so you're going to see more videos coming out like this, just talking complete nonsense. But you know what it signals? It's working. It's working. Men are being more selective. They're keeping these women away from them. And the women are like, what's going on? Even the guys that I don't want, the guys that I do want, they're just talking about they're not willing to do this. And a woman doesn't have to do this and this and this to earn his love. Did you hear that part? So aren't they right? Aren't they making the right decision by being more selective? Getting you out the way for sure. Let's get the next one.
What would you do in this situation? I met this man last month. We met organically. Right off the bat, just really hit it off. Our personalities mesh very well. It's not my normal type, but I was like really feeling it. We went on one real date, a few casual dates. This past weekend, I met all of his friends. We FaceTime every other day, and we've had these really deep conversations. We're both older, so we are very clear about our intentions. This past weekend, I don't hear from him all of Friday. He apologizes the next day. Sunday, I spend the whole day with him and I end up meeting his friends. Sunday night, we end up having our first sleepover, which was very exciting for me because I cannot tell you the last time that I had a sleepover with a man. No clue. So it was a big deal to me, and he knew that. We stay up talking for hours. We ordered some food, and as we were waiting for that to show up, it took like an hour and a half for it to get there, and we had these really deep conversations about life and intentions and how, like, even though we don't have a title on things, we are only seeing each other. And I told him, you know, I've been cheated on in every relationship I've ever been in. I have a father figure in my life. My stepdad who raised me completely abandoned ship. You know, just like, we got really deep about things that affected the way we view romantic relationships, monogamy, infidelity. Felt like we got to a really deep level. And he, let me say this, emphasized so much. Kim, I'm going to change your mind. I'm going to change your mind about how you view men. I am such a loyal man. I'm a one woman type of guy. I'm not trying to scare you, but you know what? I've already thought about you meeting my parents. My parents are going to be here in a few weeks. And I was thinking, wow, I really want them to meet Kim. Very serious about dating you. You're the only person I'm seeing. I said, wow, really? I said, you don't have to say that. Like, that's not the case. I'm only seeing you because I can only balance one person at a time. But if that's not the same for you, it's okay. Just let me know. He said, Kim, I promise you. I promise. I'm not seeing anybody else. I said, wow, that's like amazing. So anyways, I ended up posting on my close friends story a picture of me and him. I got a hey girly message. Hey girly, my friend's fucking him. Sure enough, I send the screenshot to him. He doesn't deny it, doesn't apologize. I say in the message to him, again, I want to reiterate, I don't care that you are talking to other people. We're very new, but I do care about being lied to. It's not okay. Like, I wanted you just to be honest, not lie. And then I got a double text this morning from him. So part of me is like, I have a hard time finding somebody that I'm physically and emotionally attracted to. And he's one of those people. But do I accept that shitty behavior? Like, because we're so new, it's like, why are we already having issues about honesty? Like, this is when being honest should be easiest, in my opinion. What would you do? Do I stay with him? Do I cut him loose? Right now I haven't responded, so I don't know. Oh, so frustrating.
Isn't it funny that she says that he wasn't her type, but then all to find out that he actually is her type? She's been cheated on in every relationship she's been in. So that was a signal, an indicator to this guy. Oh, she's going, so I could run laps around her. Talking about he wasn't my type physically. Well, that doesn't make any sense anyway, because don't you guys say that he can grow on you? The best relationships start out as friends, right? So it doesn't matter. There is no types with you guys, right? So this dude is, you know, messing with another girl, and he didn't even cheat on you because you guys aren't anything. You just started seeing each other. And yes, he did lie. He did lie, saying that I'm only seeing you and I want to be with you and blah, 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 blah. But see, this is what guys are going to do. This is what guys are going to do. And the reason why you fell for it is because this is what you're used to. This is why I always bring up the talking point of they have guys who really want to be intentional with them, but they stiff arm those guys for the guys that they really want or that they think there's a better spark or connection with, because the guys that are over here are boring. The guys over here, oh, we connect better. The energy's better. The vibe's better. And nothing is wrong with that, but it's always a gamble. It's always a gamble. And when she's talking about this dude wasn't my type, listen, I don't even believe that for a second, because how did he get his foot in the door? What did you think? You were trying something different? This is where I stand now, man. You know, women are talking about types and, you know, this guy's not attractive and this guy's attractive. Man, you guys are bad judges of character and even all of that, you know, aesthetics and looks and stuff. Knock it off, bro. Knock it off. You guys will get played by the guy who you think you're better than, and you'll get played by the guy that you know is better than you. Either way, bro, I'm telling you, men are becoming more selective. Men are becoming more selective. And that's exactly why, right? She was like, you know, some girl hit me up and was like, oh yeah, he's screwing my friend. So what? So what? You know, he was wrong for lying. Yes. Let's hold him accountable for that. But other than that, this is the game. Isn't this what they do? Talk to multiple dudes and pick the best one? Okay, so what's the problem here? She's not getting picked. That's the problem. Let's get the next one.
Who else saw the TikTok video of that girl being interviewed in Miami who said she's like funded by her parents, but she wants a man who makes like 150 million a year? The interviewer was like, what about a guy who makes 50 million? And she's like, no, not enough. Dude, honestly, so real, because there are literally guys out there with stupid wealth, guys, and you're out here settling for the guy who makes 100K a year. 100K is now below the poverty level, guys. And if you're getting offended by this, just find you a girl who's okay with that. Girls who have high expectations and high standards are gonna get what they want if they don't settle.
I'm telling you, these videos show you that a woman could smile in your face, but this is what she's thinking behind your back. And I know this ain't all, but you know, just listening to that, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. They don't even look anything up. Like, okay, who makes this amount of money in the US? Or where I live? Who makes this amount of money? No, they just shoot off and run off at the mouth. And while we're here, I want you guys to go back to the Why Men Refuse to Be Providers video and listen to it. Drop a comment in there. Let me know what you think, because I gave my honest opinion in that video, and I don't want to, you know, go through it again. But it's just funny when they're talking this, you got to have money for yourself, for them, for everything that they owe, and for everything that they want to run around and do, and all the nonsense that they want to put on their face and wear and stuff. You have to pay for that. And if you don't make enough money to have that together and have investments and all of this stuff, you're broke. You're a loser. They don't even have access to these guys that they're always talking about on camera. But the more they talk, the easier it makes it for guys to stay on code. Stay on code. Let's get the next one.
I was dating somebody for 2 months and I got ghosted the other day. And you know what's crazy? Like, I asked him because I kind of felt like something was off. I know he was seeing other people, and like, you know, that doesn't matter. Like, I don't care about this shit. Like, as long as, you know, you're making me time for me, being respectful and all that shit, check out your options. But the moment that you're not feeling this, I feel like you should communicate that, you know what I'm saying? So I asked him, I was like, hey, like, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Like, you know, I'm grown, I know what I'm looking for, and I know what I want. I do like you, but I don't know if you're on the same page. Like, just let me know. If not, it's cool. And he was like, no, I do like you, and, you know, it's too early to tell. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be together in like 5 years or whatever. He's like, but I do want to continue seeing where this goes. And I was like, okay, cool. So we saw each other again, whatever. And yeah, then after like 2 days of that, he ghosted me. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Usually I take that shit to heart and I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, maybe I'm not this, maybe I'm not that. But it's like, I'm starting to learn to just let that shit go, because sometimes it's not even you, it's them. And it's crazy as hell how like 33-year-old men, or 35, even 37, they can't communicate their fucking feelings. Like, that's insane. Like, what are you scared of? You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy, because I was dating a fucking 23-year-old, which is 6 years younger than me. Crazy. But he actually said, like, hey, actually, after the third date, he was like, hey, like, I feel like this is more of a friendly vibe. Like, you're cool as fuck, and I fuck with you, but, like, I want to be friends. Like, I don't see this romantically. And I was like, okay, cool. That's crazy. But again, that just has to do with people's maturity and all that stuff, and, like, shit they got going on, like, that they can't communicate those feelings or whatever. But yeah. We moving on, bitch.
She knew he was seeing other people, but she continued on with it because she really liked him. Maybe he's getting a little distant. He's not talking to you as much. What's the problem? You know, women always walk into situations with guys, right? And they swear they can handle stuff, but when they really like a guy, they can't stand him being selective. They can't stand him, you know, not being able to pencil her in this week, or, you know, not talking to her as much as he was before. They can't stand it. But I find this hilarious because they do this to guys all the time and they can't see outside of themselves. So this is how it should go. I know that because I've done this to a chick before, I know what's happening when it's being done to me. They don't understand. They don't understand it at all. They confuse themselves. But she knew from the get-go that he had other women around. She knew she would have to compete. What's the problem now? No problem. He's just being selective. You know, the girl that you want that doesn't want you, if you've been through this scenario, right? And by the time she comes back, you don't even want her anymore. It's funny, bro. And this is what they're doing. While they don't want you, this is what they're doing. This doesn't work time and time again. And then they try to come back to you. So this is why I always have to push this message, because guys need to understand, you tried, bro. But now you learn a lesson and you become more selective. But even that's still a problem. So this was Women Hate Single Men Who Are Selective in Modern Dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.